So we start with an old man named Shiriyama Sukeichi, and the dude has some moves. I mean, just look at him. And this is our perverted master. Yes, that's how they refer him as. Despite this scene contributing little to nothing to the actual story, it's honestly still kind of funny to watch, and actually sets the tone pretty nicely for the rest of the episode. Especially that 20th century like opening we get to see helps a lot actually, with a similar music. But now we meet our main hero, Toyama Masuo. And yes, the name Thomas in the title is obviously based on the first two letters of his name put together with his surname. Just take the O out away from Masuo and you will have Tomasu. This dude is on a train and behind some chick he finds hot and barely can tone down the urge to touch her ass. Somehow his business bag gets stuck between his legs and her ass, and because the train is so full, he can't get it out. Well, of course he can't. But then our old geezer Shiriyama appears and starts talking to him, teaching him the ways of being a perverted master like himself, while using the chick as an example. On the next station, Masuo and the chick get out while the old man continues his ride. He probably wanted to make some other chick happy. But this is also the last we actually see him. Well, sure, we see him sometimes as a bird or when Masuo is remembering his teachings, but other than that, the old man is basically out. For whatever reason, the chick called Tachibana Ayane invites our new blood Masuo to some kind of karaoke bar to have some privacy. Of course, he feared for his life since he touched Ayane on the train. He assumed that she was gonna make him pay for that. You know, like call the cops or something. After he goes to take a piss and comes back, she is absolutely naked. So yes, Ayane is the one that is gonna help our hero to become the perverted master by using his special skill, his perverted magical hands. However, if you think that she is gonna get the pipe here, then you will be disappointed. She will suck it, but not get it inside, not in this scene and not ever, which is actually a shame. After both had some fun, they move on to some further teachings. And the next victim is Samidori Kasumi, immediately after she takes a piss. Yes, Masuo goes to the ladies' toilet, waits for Kasumi to arrive, he uses a mirror to take a good look at her ass and then touches her. But hey, only after she cleaned it up down there with toilet paper. You know, because otherwise it would be dirty. And obviously, when he touched her ass, she liked it. Both go outside and start kissing until they get interrupted by Ayane. As it turns out, these two chicks already have experienced the hands of the almighty perverted master. The previous one, the old man, not the current one. And yeah, they want more of it. They also want that Masuo continues the lineage of perverted masters. Because according to Ayane, there are many women out there that want to experience the same thing. Apparently, this time Masuo, Kasumi and Ayane play around with each other and Kasumi is the one that gets piped. Now the next scene that follows is actually kinda funny. And looking at Masuo's face like here, maybe you can tell where this leads. But still watch it for yourself. Instead of showing you what happened, let's go to the last target instead, which is this chick, with her very short skirt. I love it. Now they are at the mall and Masuo's job is to make this chick come while riding the escalator. And this will be a challenge because he will have a very short period of time for that. Obviously, even though she fights against it, he still manages to achieve his goal, and once all three chicks and Masuo are alone again, they go and play with each other. Yes, in a public place like in the previous scene in the park. Well, at least that's what we can assume, because all three chicks throw their stuff in the air, but the episode suddenly stops. And this actually made me sad. One obvious factor of CHIKANSHA Thomas is the humor, and they actually did a good job with it. Some of Masuo's expression can be funny actually. The old geezer is the man right there. And especially Aina uses that very old trope of dude doesn't do something, girl cries, dude feels bad, and in the end does it. So the creator knew what he was doing and made clear that this hentai isn't supposed to be taken seriously. It's said that only a few managed to balance the hentai aspect with the humor aspect well, but I am glad to see that CHIKANSHA Thomas is an example on how to do it right. Sure, nobody will cry their eyes out because of laughter, but everybody should get entertained by it. However, one thing that is missing a bit is the actual sex. Remember, only Kasumi gets the pipe inside, and it only happens once. There could have been 1 or 2 more scenes like that, and who knows, maybe the creator planned to include more, if it had more episodes. Sadly, it only has 1, and it's beyond likely that a second episode will never happen. So if you wanna see chicks getting piped left and right, you will be pretty much disappointed. But on the other hand, I don't think the sex was supposed to be the point. It was more about making the girls get their juice flowing instead. To turn a simple man into a perverted master and not the sex master. So looking at it like that, I think it works. Now, recycled scenes are basically in most hentai anyway, so actually it's a waste to even talk about it since CHIKANSHA Thomas uses them as well. More importantly are the style and music. Remember that this is from 2004 and for that year it looks quite good with the music enhancing the humor of the scenes. Finally, the girls looked quite fine as well, naked or not, but sadly there was little variation. No redheads, no brunettes, no secretaries, no nurses or something like that. But then again, I would say the cause of that comes down to the fact that it's a single episode. But hey, at least our main hero is not some kind of a wuss. He just not fully understood what the deal was in the beginning, but as soon as he got it and got a chance to do it, he turned almost into a Chad. However, even a Chad would be rather worried if he piped some chick in public. So Masuo gets a lot of credit for that. Whatever the case may be, this one was actually surprisingly good. Not as much when it came to the actual hentai part, basically the sex part, but rather the comedy infused into it, which is what holds everything up. To be honest, while I love the chikan idea in hentai, this one would fall flat if the comedy was not there.